Archaeology at Indian Spring Middle School. Hello again, everybody. My name is Dale Caffey, and I'm proud to be on the campus of Indian Spring Middle School, where there is a real-life archaeological dig happening. I am with Catherine Turner Pearson. She is an archaeologist. I'm also with Luis Garcia, who's part of the Hispanic Museum here in Waco, and Dr. John Jenkins is the principal at Indian Spring Middle School. First, we're going to talk to our archaeologist about what we're doing here today.
Well, we have a historic fountain that is here on the middle school property, and we're going to excavate it for the Hispanic Museum. So what we're doing is teaching the students about archaeology and how to excavate properly, and they're getting a chance to actually try their hand at it. And they're doing the work, and we're just watching them. They're excavating, they're getting to screen the dirt, they're getting to find all the artifacts.
You have been working with students since about 9:30 this morning, a bunch of groups coming out one at a time, and no kid doesn't like to dig in the dirt. I mean, they're having a blast.
They are. It's one of the few times at school they say, hey, it's okay to get dirty, you know? I keep telling them, get your hands dirty. Soap, water, it's a miracle.
Now, occasionally they're finding something and they're going, hey, I found something. And that's exactly what they're supposed to do because you sort of train them.
Oh, yeah. I told them that they find something or they think they have something important to just scream out. You know, I thought something, I got something, then we can all get excited.
How fun is this for you to be around kids and teaching them your trade?
You know, it's exciting for me because I was in middle school the first time my father took me on an archaeology dig. And I got hooked at that point, and I've been hooked ever since. And you never know, you know, when that little spark, you know, one of them might be a scientist or a geologist or, you know, something to do with this type of a thing when they grow up, and they might have gotten the idea here. And I think it's important too for the girls to see that, you know, science and archaeology, those things are not just for the boys. The girls can do it too.
We're going to break away from our interview right now and talk to some other gentlemen who are here today. This is Luis Garcia. As I mentioned, he is with the Waco Hispanic Museum, and this is a very important project for your museum board.
Yes, it is. It's something that we've been looking forward to acknowledge the Hispanics that were here, because as you can see, it's all gone, and to bring it back and to let people know that it's here, it's a great opportunity for us and for our Hispanic community.
Of course, they're digging around a fountain that was known as La Pila. Yes. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Talk a little bit about the history of this fountain.
La Pila, which means just a concrete water tank, a storage tank. And they used this one there in the late 1800s and early 1900s for fresh water source. Now, my feelings are that this was probably a hole that's been here forever, and somehow or another they fixed it, but the neighborhood back behind you, that used to be back behind you, used it for bathing. They wash in it, even for drinking, because it was a free-flowing fountain at the time, so it was nice, clean water. So they used it for all things.
I know that you obtained some aerial photographs where you have the fountain spotted. You also have a very interesting photograph that we're going to show the viewers at home of a father and a daughter sitting on La Pila.
Yes, the Herreras. Actually, had a fifth-generation Herrera here a while ago. He was probably 1 year old. We had him out here digging too, and he's part of the Herrera family. They used to live right across the street here. Their father actually come out. His name is Felipe Herrera. He may come out in a little while, but it's his family. And so, yes, they were here, and they were digging. They were very excited.
You two made a presentation to the students earlier this week. You have been out here all day long watching the students dig. Your impressions of what's happening today?
Oh, I think it's, to me, it's an investment, because eventually they're going to come back. Right now, maybe it's not a big thing, but in years to come and years, maybe when they have a sixth grader here, they'll be able to come and say, hey, I had a part of this, and this is a nice, this is what was here. So.
And I saw you doing a little work yourself this morning.
Yeah, we had to scrape the top off, so it's like, I could have done this at home, you know, but no, it was very much fun, so it was great.
Very good. Well, what do you plan to do? What does the museum, the Hispanic Museum of Waco, plan to do with this project?
We're going to try to see what's here first, and then we'll see how ways to restore it. Maybe put the bowl back on top that was the bowl, and then we want to put some plaques around here to recognize the folks and also the natives, the Wacos that used to be here. We had a gentleman here a while ago from the Cherokee Nation, and they want to get involved with us and put a plaques up for them also and recognize this whole area.
Very good. Luis Garcia, congratulations. I know you're excited.
Yes, I am. Nervous too. Thank you.
And now let's talk to the principal, Dr. John Jenkins. And this is what it's all about. Number one, your kids are out here learning, and the community is involved. This is all a part of the mission of Indian Spring.
Absolutely. You know, we really try to take the Texas Essential knowledge and skills that guide the curriculum piece and try to connect that to real-world learning at Indian Spring. You know, we've got our iPad initiative in, so we can really go out of the classroom. We can go outside of the area, especially as this relates to Texas history and Waco history. But experience-based education is so important for students, and this is a wonderful opportunity for our learners to engage. And you know, we'll continue with extending this research on throughout the course of the semester. We're appreciative of the museum working in a partnership with us, as well as the Texas Archeological Association. Again, this means a lot to us, and again, our learners, as Mr. Garcia mentioned, you know, these are the stories that they'll tell their children. Back when I was in school, this is what we did, the value, and a lot of it is, you know, it's the cultural awareness. We're becoming more aware of who we are, where we live, what this is all about, and you know, young people, this is a part of the educational domain of schooling.
We are here on a Friday, but this activity is going to extend into the weekend and involve the greater Waco community.
Yes, absolutely. We're hopeful that we'll get partners coming out through the course of Saturday all day and all day Sunday, that they'll come out and visit, they'll participate, as well as share stories. We've had cases where community members have brought forth photographs, and it helps us collect more information. As Mr. Garcia said, Miss Turner Pearson said, you know, we're unpacking history right now, and we're understanding more. So hopefully we'll get more people that know more about this, and they'll bring photos out, stories out. We can help journal and understand this even better. And again, it'll be all Saturday, all Sunday, under a nice shady tree. It's beautiful weather. Again, come on out.
Can't beat it. Dr. Jenkins, congratulations on a great project. Thank you again, Louis. A final word with Catherine. This is going to be a project, though, that lasts further than 3 days.
Unfortunately, yes. We don't really know how far we're going to get. Working with volunteers and students is going to be a lot slower than it would be if you had a professional archaeology crew out here. So we don't really know. We're going to have to finish it up. This is a permitted with the state of Texas project, so I'm obligated to see it all the way through. So we really want a lot of participation. But when we're through, we're going to reanalyze, see what we got to do, and then figure out how we're going to attack it from there. But we really are hoping to move a lot of dirt.
And you have a theory that possibly that bowl that once sat on top of the fountain may be buried here.
You know, I'm hoping. There's two thoughts I have on it. It would have made a great souvenir for someone from this neighborhood or someone who saw it. It might be sitting in someone's backyard somewhere. If so, I would love for them to come forward and say, I know where that is. Because if nothing else, we want to study it. The other thing is, it's possible they just took it off and dumped it beside it when they covered everything up with the dirt from the community when they took the houses down. If we're lucky, it's sitting right beside it, and we'll find it. But if not, if somebody knows anything, I would be overjoyed if someone could tell me where it is.
Thank you so much, Catherine Turner Pearson, for what you're doing, not only for our students, but the Waco community.
Oh, thank you.
Very good. Archaeology in real life, right here at Indian Spring Middle School. This is Dale Caffey reporting.